Ever since the dawn of time, Roblox had a lot of different types of games. It can range all sort of different genres of games. I mean, you got a lot of the interesting games that is in it. You got your Blox, Danny's World, Jailbreak, and my boy Arsenal, let's go! And tons of different genres with games in it. That if I were to mention all of it, this video will be like an hour long. While there has been a lot of great games and very iconic games like Obbies, Tycoons, and etc., there is one genre that contains a coin that a developer added as a unique thing for the game and nothing else. However, that coin would be used for something massive, for a brand new type of genre that would cause something surreal. A genre that would change Roblox forever.
Simulator.
Okay, look, I don't need to explain what the heck Roblox simulators are. By you clicking on this video, you already knew what these types of games are. Simulators are really a core part of Roblox for quite a while now, and it's something that is really controversial. So what is that? But wait. There is a question that needs to be answered for this chapter 1. Where the heck did this term of genre of games even came from? By the way, I want to give a shout out to Fountain for basically helping me researching this section of the video. Now, the early days of simulators were really weird. Okay, to put it lightly, the year was 2008, and the first simulator was called Original RES Rocket, created by Mr. Doombridger. Well, let's see what this game is about. I mean, hey, that is a 2008 Roblox game right there. Alright, so a lot of the early first simulators were not technically simulators you guys were thinking of. Instead, they're in the genre called traditional simulator games, or more as it is called, simulation. And for Roblox, it was not a surprise that Roblox would have a lot of games similar to that. Like Camping Simulator, guess what you do in this game? Road Ship Simulator, a game where you drive a boat. All of these Roblox games were quite simple, but of course, it's not that bad. And at the time, it was not really a popular thing, since people look at it at the time as just a niche genre. However, we can do even better, because fast forward in the future to 2015, we saw a spike in this genre, because there were two Roblox games that absolutely blew up in this time period. And the first one being Welcome to Dinosaur Simulator, a game created by Chicken Engineer, where in this game you are a dinosaur and exploring the fascinating world of being a dinosaur. You also eat, drink water from the river, and also eat other dinosaurs as well. So yeah, that's Dinosaur Simulator, and it's honestly a really good game, even though it's quite boring. But hey, the game itself looks really good for being a 2015 Roblox game. Honestly, a good game. Let's go on to the second one. Welcome to Bird Simulator, a game created by Evan Skaters. I hope I pronounced that right. And in this game, you are a bird. And there is a lot of different types of birds, like housefish, blue jay, golden eagle, robin, a freaking crow that bites me, and 24 others as well. Upon joining the game, you can select which bird you want to use. However, they are locked. And in order to unlock them, you have to use the coins or pay Robux for them. After you select a bird, you can pick 4 play mode options. Social is where you can just fly around and not worry about water or food. Normal is the default option. Realistic, which you can become a true bird and have to use a beak in order to eat. And challenging mode is don't die. After you select a mode, you can basically fly around and that's pretty much it. And you can also level up and earn more coins for more birds. There we go! Honestly, this game is quite cool for being a game in 2015, even though it's really boring for my attention. Also, you can just fly off the map. I don't think you're supposed to do that. However, there is one more game that I can't forget about, since this game is so iconic. Of course, that being Welcome to Vehicle Simulator, a game created by Sim Builder. Yep, that guy. A game where you hop in a car and drive around the map. And while you're grinding to get some money, you can use those money to buy different cars and compete in races as well. However, you can not only just drive a car, you can drive a plane, a boat, a motorcycle, a drone, and a car that looks like a shoe and is from Hot Wheels. Looking back at this game, yeah, it's quite boring. But I mean, I do respect this game a lot, and I do kinda like it. So yeah, that's the 3 big simulator games at the time, and the early times of simulators. And honestly, it was quite charming, even if half of them are really basic, and the popular ones at the time were just barred. But I mean, they had their own charm, and make Roblox somewhat a unique game at the time. So I mean, what could exactly went wrong? This looks interesting. Well, let's see what have I been missing out on. Now that you have seen the history of Roblox simulators, let's fast forward a bit in the future. It's been quite a few years since Roblox simulators has been a thing in the platform, and after those years, there has been a lot of things that has changed. That being a developer who has a purple sparkly time fedora and a tie as well. And that developer I'm referring to is being Evectis. Now this person has probably, if not one of the most insane history I ever seen in a while. So Evectis, he created a group called Flamin' Studio. And in this studio, he will launch a little small game. That being Weightlifting Simulator 2. I don't know what happened to the first one. Now this game is quite massive. So much in fact that it built foundations on Roblox simulators nowadays. So yeah, in this game, you pretty much have to get big and become strong. Because if you're weak, you die fast in the first second. And yeah, that's basically the whole game. Now this Roblox game back then for me was my game. That wasn't my game. Yeah, this game is quite basic and it doesn't really have that much going on for it. Now with the success of Weightlifting Simulator 2, he wanted to expand this formula a bit. So after a year, he released another one, which is the one I played the most and is the most popular. That being Weightlifting Simulator 3. Now this game right here is the one that I remember the most. In this game, it's basically the exact same game as the sequel. Wowie zowie. However, this time around, they include more stuff, like being able to do push-ups, get some cool pets, and it also includes a full-on PvP battle arena as well. You have to fight to the death, but don't expect to be easy because my golly. Now why am I saying this one's the most unique and popular of them all, and being way bigger than the second one even though it's quite the same game? Well, unlike the first one which got over 77 million visits, this one hit over 1 billion visits, becoming one of the most iconic simulator games ever. But that begs the question, has the game changed over the years? Well, let's check it out and see. Oh, it's just a starter place? Well, that was weird. After Dexter's success, he also made another group that made another game that I played a lot. That being Speed Simulator 2. I think he likes the number 2 a lot, guys. Now this game, oh boy, I remembered it a lot. And in this game, you get fast and get to different parts of the land. And yeah, that's basically the whole game. Now watching videos of Speed Simulator 2, it does make me feel like that yeah, this game is not as good as I remember being. I mean, all you do in this game is move and ooh, I leveled up. Now look, while I am the person who has found Murder Mystery 1, here is the problem with that. Speed Simulator 2 has never really had a first one. I tried finding it, however, there is no sign of a first one being a thing. Which is weird, but I'm guessing he really likes the number 2 a lot, I guess. However, the story doesn't end here for our old little buddy Evectis here, because he turns out to be not what he really thinks he is. On paper, he seems like a really nice developer who wants to make big things in the Roblox platform. However, that was not really the case, since, well, he turned out to be quite a controversial person. Let me break it down for you. Because because what he exactly did is scam a user by the name of Axe Wolf, the original person who made Weightlifting Simulator 2. And oh boy, he was not done, because he did the exact same thing with Speed Simulator 2, allegedly. And after that, he got his account deleted off of Roblox for unknown reason. Anyways, there was Vectus Games. Now, before I go on to talk about one of the main person who made history with simulators, let's have a small talk about a different developer. That being a person who is wearing a Goku-style avatar, and of course, that person I'm referring to is being Squid. Now, this developer right here has made one of the most iconic games in existence of the period of 2019 all the way to 2020, and those being is Legends of Speed, a game where you basically just run and run and run. Yeah, I'm kinda lazy to explain the whole game. Now, if the map does look familiar, that's because the developer did took some heavily inspiration to another game that I mentioned, that being Speed Simulator 2, but making his own twist and expanding on it even more. A little too close to the original. However, he didn't just stop right there. He also made Muscle Legends, a game that was another inspiration by Weightlifting Simulator. And as like the last one, he expanded on it even more. Which, now that I think about it, this person who made these games seems to be admiring Vectus Games a little too much. However, while he made these games, he also wanted to make original ones as well. So with these knowledge, he decided to make one of the most iconic simulator games ever. And of course, that being Ninja Legends. Ah yes, Ninja Legends. One of, if not the most iconic games in Roblox history, where you're playing as a ninja and become the greatest ninja ever. You can do PvP, get unique swords, and climb all the way at the top and earn a lot of other stuff. And including conquering different types of worlds. And that's basically what this game is. I mean, I played this game back then, and honestly, I do have my own respect to this game, and it makes it such a unique game in the genre. So yeah, I mean, with all of these success, Squid seems like a developer that has a huge honor in the community, especially with simulators. If only was it true. Now, on paper, it seems like Squid is just another respectable developer, and he has perfection this simulator knowledge. A little too perfect. Now, if you didn't catch on, Squid was secretly wearing a mask to hide himself from a previous controversy, and you have seen what he has done before in the video. Well, this person behind the mask was... Yes, the person who made these games right here was also the same person who made these games as well. He wanted to continue doing what he likes and had so much stuff he needed to achieve for this platform, which is why he came back in a disguise and made these really popular games. And to this very day, he is still around in the Roblox community, updating the games to this very day and keeping such a friendly personality. However, behind the mask is a person who made quite a dark personality. Anyways, moving past that, let's go a bit back to 2018. It's now been a few months, and with Weightlifting Simulator 2 being a huge success, another studio came into the play. Now, remember that coin I was talking about? A coin that changed Roblox forever? Well, let me tell you, because now it's going to become important. I can make an entire goddamn video about them alone. Rumble Studio is a studio owned by two developers. First one being is Sir Fender, who is a game developer of Rumble Studio, and second developer being Obscure Entity, who is the creator and the main developer of Rumble Studio. And with these two developers, they decided to launch a little game. That being... yes, Mining Simulator. The game, alright. The most and iconic Roblox game out there, especially in the simulator genre. And also the trailer for it is still the best thing ever created. I'm not joking though. Now, I remember playing this game back in 2018, and I was grinding this game out like crazy and getting all of the items before losing the entire account. However, that didn't stop me because I redo it all again and make it even better. So I do do have my share good thoughts and experience on the game. But what is the main gameplay even about? Well, the entire game is you have to dig down and fill up your backpack with dirt and use them to sell and get coins, and use those coins in order to upgrade stuff like backpacks and pickaxe. However, the farther you go down there, the difficulty of the blocks will get a lot harder, and it will also fill up your backpack fast, and have to upgrade the pickaxe in order to mine faster, and upgrade the backpack in order to get more storage. And there's also, of course, the gems. Each gem you will find will reward you a lot of coins once you sell them. And of course, some of them are really hard to get. And there are the iconic, the popular, the rebirths. Look, I don't really need to explain what does this do, but in short term, it basically resets everything and level up your strengths and coins by a lot. And there's also the pets. And this was the first game, according to my knowledge, to introduce them for the first time. And they were quite nice. And how do you unlock it exactly? Well, in order to hatch the egg, you have to basically keep digging down, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And once you do, you will get a pet. And the pets will basically boost you and help you along the way. And you can also give them accessories. Speaking of that, accessories, which by buying them with coins, it will also boost you as well. Oh my god, that was a lot. There is so much in this game that if I were to explain it all, this would take me very long. So I'll end it right there. But this is one of my favorite Roblox games out there. But that's not the only game that Rumble Studio made, because a couple of months later, they decided to launch another banger of a game, and that being Bubblegum Simulator. What another icon of a game this is. So yeah, Bubblegum Simulator. How does it work? Well, the entire point of the game is you basically blow bubbles and try to get as high as you can. You can also sell the bubbles and upgrade the gums to get even more higher. And of course, how can I forget the pets in here, which can of course help you a lot. And yeah, that's basically the whole game. Look, as much as this game is basic, even though there's a lot in this game, it's another banger from Rumble Studio, and I respect for what it is. So yeah, everything seems to be going great. Mining Simulator was a massive success and winning a BloxBoi award as well. And I mean, everything else was going just fine. Finally understand now. This game was really much darker than I ever expected. Well, not really. I mean, how could this genre that was so good turn out this way? No. This cannot be the end of the story. I need to find the person who ruined this genre. But I can't do this alone. I need someone who can help me with this. And I know exactly the person who can help me with this. Hello? Meet me out Outland Street. It's kinda important. What? Well, just finished that. Now what else I should do? Huh? Oh, the video itself. But how am I going to finish this video? Oh, I know! I have a perfect plan. Man, I hate stuttering. Well, I guess I'm ready. Let's do this.
Animal Crossing game. If you ask anyone who plays Animal Crossing, they'll probably give you a different...
Where the hell is he at?
I'm sorry I was late.
So, why did you brought me all the way down here for?
I called you here for one thing and one thing only.
Okay, then what is it?
You know how there's a genre called simulators?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, they ruined it! And I need to find the person who ruined this genre!
Simulators? Why? Why though? Is there any reason for this?
Well, because this genre was special. Back then, I was having a great time. There was no such thing as greed. Mining down and grinding was the funnest thing I ever had in my life. However, shadows emerge, and everything changed. And everything was just crumbling, everything was falling into pieces, and everything was just all green, everything was just... What I'm getting at here is I need your help. So Evenity, my great friend, are you down to do this?
died.
Yay! You know, I know this was going to happen eventually, but still can't believe we have to talk about them. So this is Preston, the owner and the mastermind behind Big Games. Or used to be, because when I was writing this exact same page, he just freaking left the company. I'm still calling out for the crap he's done still. Now, when he was a young developer, he made a lot of decent games, and one of them becoming an iconic game called Giant Survival. A game where, as the title says, you survive and use guns to kill the big bad guy himself. Now, this game right here was my game back then growing up. And honestly, it had a cult following to this very day. Now, while he made those games, he wanted to make it even more successful. And when he saw the success of Mining Simulator, he wanted to replicate the formula a bit. So, he made a game called Pet Simulator 1, the first game in the series that would turn something into an ouch. If you thought Mining Simulator was huge, let me tell you that this game was extremely massive. Upon joining in the game, you are granted on choosing one pet, and once you choose a pet, you can end up giving them a name. I chose Warrior, and after all of that, you are now ready to collect some juicy coins. Which, by the way, in the first game, why is it like that? I mean, yeah, it is his first game, but like, why is it has to be that way? The pets were really slow. And after you grind your hours in the game, you have unlocked a different world with more coins and more pets to unlock. Yeah, look, I couldn't even bother to unlock the different place. And in later updates, they added a completely different world, aka in space. And unlocks a brand new currency as well. And there's also hats as well, which honestly I couldn't care less on talking about. And also a new thing in this game, the Roblox pets. Oh no. Which at the time, and I'm not joking here, like what I'm saying here is 100% real, one of the pets in the Roblox shop, one pet by the way, costs, and I'm reading this out loud right here, 32K Robux for one pet! You can buy a freaking Nintendo Switch with that amount of money. Okay, calm down. Alright, listen. With a successful game of Pet Simulator 1 and the fine decision he was doing with the game, Preston wanted to do more as a Roblox developer. So with a huge community and a lot of supporters of one game and winning 2 BloxBoi awards, Preston had 2 paths of his choice. The right path, choosing a great path of success and being respectable in the Roblox community forever. But then you have the left path, choosing a dark path, taking the greedy sin of his life and making their games much worse moving forward. So with these paths, he had to choose one of them. That is the right choice to go. Well, that was the first ever Pet Simulator game. And you know what I think about it back then? He liked it. Okay, look, listen. At the time, Pet Simulator 1 was a really unique game. Especially when simulators at the time were just clicks and stuff. However, looking back at this game right now, yeah, this kind of sucks. However, after the massive success of Pet Simulator 1, Preston wasn't just done and decided to do another one. And what could that be? Oh, Pet Simulator 2, the sequel to a successful game that didn't do as well. Yeah, this game was not as good as like the first one, mainly because the mechanics were really weird and the map was kinda too big. And also this game was randomly dropped with a lot of few bugs and little to no updates, like And also launching a VIP system, which is probably if not the most stupidest thing I ever seen. What on earth was Preston on about? So with the big failure that was Pet Simulator 2, Preston needed to come up something good. He had a game that was a successful format, so he needed to do something right, and that's what he exactly did. Now before I go on to the actual dark side of Roblox simulators and the rest of big games, why don't we talk about the actual art of simulator games? Some of them. Now yes, I know that simulators are still just slot games, which I'll talk about that in a bit, but there is actual art behind simulator games. Well, 3 exact. One of them is Cleaning Simulator, which yes, is more of a traditional simulator game, but damn is this good. Basically, the entire point of the game is, read the title of the game and you already know how this game works. But dude, I really love this art style so much, and it's just so charming. There's also Destruction Simulator, which is by far one of my favorite simulator games out there, especially back in 2018. Pretty much the entire game is you basically blow stuff up, and by selling those parts, you'll get equipments along the way, and also unlocks brand new areas to destroy stuff. It's just so good. Now look, am I saying these because, well, I have a nostalgic soft into this game? Yes, but you can tell it does have charm towards it, and it's quite cool. But those are just 2 of the games that I mentioned that are actually art towards simulator games. But there is one more that easily takes the crown. This game is so beautifully made that it takes the rest of this entire section, and the game that I'm talking about is called yes, Bee Swarm Simulator, one of, if not the most iconic simulators ever, and one of the most popular ones out there. Made by the glorious legend himself on it. Screw Pet Simulator. Why not about a simulator game all about bees? So yeah, in this game, the first thing you have to do is get a basic egg from a machine. And once you get the egg and put it in your honey pot thing, you'll get an actual bee. And there is a lot of types of bees. Each of them come in different rarities and different designs. Like we have this one, and this one, and this one's my favorite. Look at him. And by using the bees, you'll have to get some pollen around the fields. Mainly the sunflower fields, which is the starter map. However, there are different fields, like mushroom fields, blue flower field, and spider fields. And a lot more fields once you unlock more different levels. And once you get the pollen, you use them and you'll get some honeys. Once you get the honey, it's time for some upgrades in the noob shop. Which, by talking to the noob bear, you can upgrade the equipments by using the honeys you get from the bees. And once you unlock a new zone, that's where you unlock the pro shop, which is basically having better equipments and stuff like that. And that's just scratching the surface, because we also got the bears. Now look, I already talked about the shop bears, but there are way more different types of bears in this game, like the quest bears, which yes, by that name alone, these bears are mainly just giving out quests to help you on. And once you complete the quest, they will give you a lot of rewards once completed. A lot of these bears are very important to a lot of things that we'll talk about later on. And these bears are quite unique, honestly. Like you got a mother bear, brown bear, robo bear, and scientist bear, hell yes. But that's not the only bear type we have, because we also have the traveling bears. Mainly these bears are used for special events or just anything special in general. Like Sun Bear for an example, that gave out some really good stuff, but also appeared in actual Roblox events as well, like Icon 2020 and the games events as well. And there's also 2 other bears as well, which again give out really good stuff as well. And there's also the other bears as well, like Shadow Bear. Oh, anyways, moving past the whole bear things, we cannot forget the mobs. The mobs are also another core part of the game. Basically, there are monsters in the game, and they will come right after you, and they will try to kill you. And in order to kill them, well, you have to use the bees, because the bees will actually help you and attack the monster. Now, a fair warning, you do need to level up the bees, because some of the mobs can be quite overpowered in this game. Yeah, who would have thought that a spider would do that? Speaking of overpowered stuff, let's talk about the bosses. Yep, there's actual bosses in this game. Like, I'm telling you, this game is quite peak. There are 2 types of bosses in this game. The meaty bosses, which normally they can spawn in, except there is some benefits. Some can spawn in normally, while others you have to do some special quests or use a special item for them to spawn. Like the wild Winterleaf bee that normally spawns in a day or night cycles, which you can just give it a wind shine and will spawn in normally. And unlike the normal mobs, these ones have a lot of health, and a lot of them take a lot of damage. But once defeated, they will drop some really good items for the bees and also other stuff as well. But then you also got the actual bosses in this game, which I don't have to explain this one that much, because the title alone already knows how it works. However, one that I can mention is the stick bug, which is if not the most iconic bosses ever. Mainly saying this because the soundtrack from it was actually used for a popular meme back then, which was quite cool. But there is way more in this game that alone can be its own video by itself. itself. This game is generally one of, if not the most beloved games out there, and everyone in the Roblox community can agree that. Mainly because the owner of it has chose to respect Valve, of not over monetizing it like crazy. Genuinely one of the most coolest and unique games in this genre, and it deserves for being the best one ever. Okay, now that I finished talking all of that, and a lot of positive and stuff towards simulators, let's finally flip the coin and see the issues, problems, and the dark side of all of this.
The fact that you had to rework that like 2 times is crazy. Yeah, it was actual torture. Alright, so what's the plan? Alright, here it is. It took me quite a while to come up with this, and honestly, it worked out well. So, check this out. What am I looking at? Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing, nor I have ever done this in my entire 17 years of being alive in this earth. Ah! BloxBoi, if you're stretching all over this, then why even bother going through all of this pain? To show them greedy people how much they hurt us. How much they hurt this platform. They need to learn a lesson of what true pain is. On a positive note, I did brought in a dynamite, so I guess we swoop in and blow up the entire place. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, this is gonna be quite difficult. I need to think harder, like really hard for this. Suit yourself. On second thought, while you do that, I'm going to get something to eat. Be back in a couple minutes. Oh. Wow, my favorite games. Growing up. Wow. This is beautiful.
I recommend quitting while you're ahead.
Who are you?
I must say, you are quite a delusional one for thinking about this, don't you?
Wait, you must be him. Yeah, you're the man behind all of this. You are the reason why this genre turned out this way. You ruin everything.
I wouldn't say ruin. I think it's more of an improvement.
You're done! Man, he's good at this. Huh? Don't tell me. Wait, stop this! No more! No more! I should have had a better plan. I need to think how am I going to do this. Huh?
Hello! Yeah, I put all the help wanted posters around the tower and neighborhood for the company. Of course I have to do my job properly, unless I wanted to get fired. Gosh.
Bucks headquarters. I got it! Yeah, that must be them. Oh boy, you're going down now!
Alrighty, sir. Here is your chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream.
Yummers.
Really interesting choice of flavors you picked there, but I'm not complaining. I'm the guy who serves you the stuff. Anyways, that will be $12.
Oh, okay. Here is $12, and here is a nickel. Inventory! Huh? I just found the company responsible towards this! You did? Yeah, let's go!
Whoa!
Well, this is the place right here.
So, How do we even get inside? Are you sure about this?
Yeah, don't worry. I know exactly how to do this.
There's nothing good happening at the moment. And I'm just gonna say it, this is probably one of the stupidest jobs I've ever had. Because there's literally nothing happening. And I just missed that?
I ran out of gas.
There's no time for that! The alarms are off and we have to hide as fast as possible.
Quick, let's hide in there.
Okay, I think we could be good over here.
Whew, that's a relief. But first, I need to finish this part of the videos first.
Are you serious?
Wait, what was I gonna talk about again? Oh yeah, big games.
After the failure of a sequel, Preston needed to do something fast. So after 2 years later, they launched another one. So, what is it called? Twitter. Pet Simulator X. What a name. Now if you think that Pet Simulator 1 was a huge success, let me tell you that this game was even more massive. This game was an absolute success, breaking the previous record like a dust and hitting 8 billion visits and had everything that players wanted. And it was so successful that in every Saturday when Pet Simulator X was going to drop an update, it basically crashed Roblox and releasing a lot of unique things like a Doodle World or a Pixel World, because why not? So I mean, this game was really cool and everything about it was really charming. And you know what exactly I was doing when all of this was happening? I mean, hey, this game is good because it has Wario in it. While everything was sunshine and rainbow, something dark was happening in the background that will ruin a developer's reputation forever. Back in 2021, Preston, being Preston, decided to launch a freaking NFT website and sell pets image. What were you on about, Preston? Shortly after the disaster of that tweet, Preston deleted all. However, that's not the end of the story. Because in 2023, Preston, being the most genius person ever, they decided to freaking copyright strike people for making cute pets. Freaking cute pets! There was so much controversy on it. And lastly is another important one that I need to cover. The gambling problem in the game. As you may all know, this game has a really bad gambling issue in the game, which caused a really bad reputation from the game itself and the rest of all big games as well. So yeah, after Pet Simulator X, Preston decided to drop another game. That being Pet Simulator 99 is the recent one in the series, and the one that still gets updates to this day. And in it, you can have, wait for it, 99 pets. I mean, what do you think I was going to say? Something different? Honestly, there's nothing much else to talk about this game, since it's always the same, so yeah. I mean, one thing I can point out, they added a freaking Backrooms and Squid game. I think he officially lost it, guys. And lastly, for one more game in the series is... oh, come on! Pets Go, a game that is basically an RNG game with pets in it. Yeah, he took the word child gambling a bit too seriously. Listen, I get it. Preston is trying to make a trendy game for a popular genre, and it worked. It worked. I mean, all you do in this game is click a dice button, man. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this game anymore because it's generally one of the worst games I ever seen. My god.
At this point, it's kind of getting tiring how much they keep damaging this platform. But maybe I'm just overthinking this, and could explain everything simply. I don't know. With that being said, let's go on to the next part of the chapter. Huh? BloxBoi, we gotta get out of here quick, there's no time! Oh yeah! Quick, let's go in there!
you sure we're going to the right way?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive.
If you say so.
Hi, my name is Emerald. Don't ask why that's my name. It's not important for y'all people to know. However, what is important to know, it's some fresh ideas for the genre of simulators, because instead of copying ideas, why not make some new ideas for the game? So, let me break it down for you.
Oh man, do you think he could, try to convince the big soup man to think, yeah, maybe simulators could use some fresh new ideas for our games instead of stealing them?
Shh, keep it down. You can't be saying that in this room, especially with him being here. You could get us killed.
Well, I'm just saying that.
So, I made a whole video on how to make our games even better. So, these are my ideas. What do you think about it?
It is a terrible idea! Do you think this is how things work here? Gosh!
I am... Damn it! Should have made it even more unique.
Get out! Just like I imagined.
Come on, let's keep going.
BloxBoi, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna be really dangerous to take him out. We really need to get out of here. What? No, Evenity, we can't get out of here right now. We made it this far. And besides, with all of the dangers we've been through, because Creed took over his soul, and I think it's best to defeat him and destroy this entire facility. So, let's continue going forward and not stopping. If you say so. Eventy? Oh, no, this is not good. This is not good! Well, before that, let me play this next chapter. With all the things going on, is there a point on this genre being safe? Look, there is still some light to be there in this genre. Like, for example, Rumble Studio releasing a brand new bubblegum simulator game, and heck, RE Battles releasing their own simulator game as well. And these are doing just well, if not better than what any others are doing. Which that reminds me of one of the things that we're gonna talk about right now. And that being is...
Arm Wrestling Simulator, a game created by and owned by a studio called Kobo Game. And in this game is quite what you thought it was going to be. And in this game, you are training to become the best arm wrestling person ever. By doing that, you can challenge NPCs. By beating them, you get a lot of points and get a lot of strengths. And there's also something new. That being the spinning wheel, where you can actually spend actual Robux in order to get something. Yeah, I'm not joking, this is actually in the game, what in the world? But I mean, come on, why gamble in a Roblox game where you can just gamble in Luigi's Casino? My lord, you can tell that they're trying to get the kids' attention and using every bad mechanics in it. And it shows. The bright colors, the wheels, the pets, and everything screams, hey, give me your Robux! One positive thing I have is at least they're trying to be new with the whole arm wrestling thing. So new in fact that everyone wants to chop in as well. So you get games like Pull a Sword or IQ Word Simulator. I mean, look at this icon, you cannot make this up. Punch Simulator, Power Slap Simulator, all of these games fall in the exact same game genre, just like Arm Wrestling Simulator. Or even worse, Game Fam.
Now, why am I mentioning them? Well, because back in 2022, Sega did an official collaboration with Roblox and released Sonic Speed Simulator, which is a game. It's one of those speed type simulators, but instead, it has really cool and awesome Sonic stuff. Now listen, don't get me wrong, even if the studio is not the best, for an official Sonic game, it's meh. Look, I was a huge fan of this game as well. I was there in the hype train, but as time goes on, the game definitely declines as time goes on. And as a Sonic fan, I think this feels like a waste of opportunity for a Roblox game as well.
And there's still so much bad simulators that are ruining this genre even more. And all of these games have just bright colors and so much flashy things
just for some sweet revenue. It's all the same, it's all the same, it's all the same! Ah! What happened? Inventory!
BloxBoi.
Well. Isn't it the boys? Now, before you ask any questions on when or how, I am Mr. Bucks, the CEO of this entire studio. And oh boy, it's quite easy to manipulate those kids to print out all of those monies for me. Wait, my thoughts were right! You're the man behind trying to ruin all of this genre! I'm not gonna let you continue moving forward! Isn't that just sweet? Well then, because what I'm about to show you is something that I did with others that did this as well. By cutting you up! Oh crap, what did I do? I did brought in a dynamite. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No! My stuff, it's all crumbling down! You're taking everything from me! I made this in my entire life. Dedication and torture from all of this, and you came in and destroyed it just because you're not happy! That's it! You destroyed everything I had, and it's time for your soul to die! I mean, impressive inventory, but finally, we defeated and destroyed this whole place!
I can't believe I missed that. Like, if I saw that coming towards the door, I would have definitely beat them up. I think... Oh, you know what? I quit this job. I'm gonna go get a better one anyways.
Huh? Well, that was interesting. Yeah, at least we did it as a team, you know? Yeah, I'm going home now. You know, maybe this whole world of Roblox stuff is different than I thought of. There's so much mysterious that is going on in this universe that makes me want to explore all of it. That's an interesting thought to think about now. So, with all the crap we've went through, what have we learned? All coins lead to greed. Okay, in all seriousness, it's still crazy the fact that simulators is still popping off in modern days of Roblox. Well, of course, not saying that all of them are, because a lot of Roblox simulators come and go, that's just how it works. But that also applies to just how these developers do. And as I said before, it's a path of choice of what they want to be remembered by. And a lot of them go to different paths. One by one, they choose what they want to be remembered by. And they don't care about the passion and love. They only care about the money that they can earn from these games. Because it's such a simple yet easy way to make games. Sometimes, if you watch a Roblox tutorial on it. It also does explain why a lot of Roblox YouTubers make or used to make videos on Roblox simulators. But nowadays, some of them are just moving on from these. Even if there is passion in these, what is the point? They're just gonna be added in the gravestone. While not all of them go into the gravestones, since a lot of them actually do stand a chance, that still gets a lot of players to this very day. But in reality, I will always put down a rows of ones that I grew up playing and ones that were good. So let me ask you this. Is it just a nostalgia talk? Look, if some of the modern games came out in the time I was into simulators, I would have a blast with a lot of these. Maybe the message was, I miss being a kid. I miss how life was back then. I miss how colorful it was. It's not like how much I cared a while ago. It's just the way that they treated it and how much they put money over fun. Now listen, is there a point of this genre being saved? Probably not. But still, there is always a chance. But I don't know. With that being said, we are just simply a victim.
Time concludes, and far beyond